Hi, it's Pastor Paul L. Anderson here at the Fountain of Raleigh Fellowship, where we believe God's blessings never stop flowing. It is Marvelous Monday. We're so grateful how God blessed us all in a beautiful time of worship on yesterday. I want to say thank you to all of you who continue to like and to share and to follow us. And thank you for all of you who are here in person. Personally, I want to say thank you to Rabbi Lucy Denner and her husband Jeff, who shared with us at the Fountain on yesterday. Rabbi Lucy Denner is the rabbi at Temple Beth Or. That was the house of the Fountain. That's where we worshiped for our first 3 years. And I want to say thank you to Lucy for their very powerful message about the story of Joseph. And Jeff, thank you so very much for the beautiful painting that you gave to us, that you did yourself. We're so grateful. We thank God for your gifts and for your talents. Today, for this moment in Black history, I'd like to talk about someone who always created what he called good trouble. That is Representative John Lewis, born on February the 21st, 1940. He was a U.S. congressman and a civil rights icon. He chaired the Student Nonviolent Coordinating Committee, better known as SNCC, from 1963 to 1966. He was a Democrat who represented Georgia's 5th Congressional District from 1987 to 2020. Representative John Robert Lewis was born in Troy, Alabama. He attended segregated schools, and in 1961 he received his BA from the American Baptist Theological Seminary in Nashville, Tennessee. In 1967, he received an additional BA from Fisk University, located in Nashville, Tennessee. John Lewis was a great civil rights leader. He did so much not only with SNCC, but with people throughout the land. He was there at the march crossing the Edmund Pettus Bridge during the 1965 Selma to Montgomery Voting Rights Act march. In 1966, John Lewis left SNCC and embraced Black Power and started working with community organizing groups in Atlanta, Georgia. He went on to do so much. Not only to serve our country, not only to serve people of all across the world, but he was just a great humanitarian. He did great work, and he continues to be a role model for all of us to follow. Today, we thank God for the birthday of Representative John Lewis, and we're so grateful for the legacy he leaves for us all on today. May God give him peace. Today, I would like to ask you, look with me at Psalm 38, a very powerful psalm. This is a psalm of David, where David is asking God to remember him. In this passage, we begin to see how the psalmist lets us know, "Oh Lord, don't rebuke me in your anger or discipline me in rage." He's saying, Lord, remember me. I know I haven't always done right. I know I've done wrong. Please do not let your vengeance come upon me. But Lord, please be merciful unto me and give me grace and give me mercy. Here in our passage today, the psalm writer, David, he begins to remind us how he finds himself now feeling wounded, feeling battered, feeling bruised of all the things that have happened in his life. And now he's at a point where he wants God to remember him. Remember him not for his foolishness, not for the sins of his youth, but remember him in love and in peace. He says within the context that his body is now racked with pain. He's been through a bitter fight. That is so true with so many people in our contemporary society, and even those in days gone by. They were exhausted from all the work that they did. A lot of the work that John Lewis did, and so many other civil rights leaders, and so many other persons who were working to strive for the betterment of all of those in this world and in the United States, found themselves battered and bruised and wounded, even sometimes physically. Remember that march across the Edmund Pettus Bridge? There were so many persons who were physically assaulted. There were persons who were physically accosted and hurt. There was all sorts of tyranny and agony that was associated to all of those people who were there. But we must remind ourselves, they never gave up. They kept pressing forward. In the Psalm, David says, I have been through a whole lot, but God, remember me. Give me strength in my body. Give me strength in my mind. Giving me strength in my spirit. In essence, basically what he's saying is don't give up. In the world in which we live today, those of us who've been struggling, who've been fighting to make sure that we can take care of the needs of those in our community, to make sure there's affordable housing, as we address this contemporary issue of COVID-19. As you know, last week, several people relaxed the need or, quote unquote, the status of persons wearing their mask in school, as well as even some public streets. But we must remind ourselves we cannot give up. We must keep striving. Even though we may seem tired, even though you may seem battered and bruised, don't ever get up. Don't ever quit. We must make sure that we keep on pressing on. David was saying, Lord, remember me. I remember that great old song that we sang in the church. Do, Lord, do remember me. And the Lord will remember us all. So may we never grow weary in our well-doing, because in due season we shall reap if we faint not. I want to remind you, in this year 2022, God has a blessing in store for you. Don't give up, don't quit, because you're right near the finish line, and God will see that it happens. We'll see you on tomorrow.
To sow a seed to the Fountain of Raleigh Fellowship, visit our newly redesigned website, thefountainofraleigh.org, and select Sow a Seed from the homepage. Also, giving has been made easier with the new Fountain of Raleigh app, available now in the Apple App Store and Google Play Store. Download today, select Giving from the main menu, and then follow the directions to complete your giving through Subsplash.
Thank you so very much for all of your gifts and donations that you've given to the Fountain of Raleigh Fellowship. We thank you for what you've done in the past, what you're currently doing, and what you will do in the future. Your gifts and donations helps us to spread the gospel of Jesus Christ, not only locally, but throughout the world. Thank you again for your gifts, and may God continue to richly bless you. It is here at the Fountain that we believe that we are exceedingly and abundantly blessed, and may you receive those blessings that God has in store for you.